Hello, it is me, Strong Earth Creations, and for today's video, it's going to be a tutorial for this super easy, super cute, beginner-friendly beanie. It only uses one stitch and works up really fast. It's basically just a big rectangle that you sew together. So if you want to know how to make this and look like you belong in your own Sears winter ad, keep on watching. So the materials that you will need for this project is your yarn. I like using acrylic yarn for these beanies, but you can also use wool, cotton, whatever your choice is, a 5mm or H size hook, scissors, and a yarn needle. So with your yarn and your hook, we're going to start our project off with a slip knot. To do that, all you do is create a little backwards 4, fold over, and then grab your yarn. Once you have your slip knot on your hook, we're going to chain 41. It's a chain of 40 plus 1 as your turning chain. So this is just what I feel is the best length for a regular adult-sized head. Most of my beanies I make using a chain 41. But of course you can accustom this to your sized head. So I'm just going to go ahead and chain 41. It should look like this. And now the stitch we're going to be using is a half double crochet. So to do that, we're going to start in our second chain from hook by yarning over, insert, yarn over, pull through so that you have 3 loops on your hook, yarn over, and pull through all 3 of those loops. This is going to be the stitch that we use throughout the entire beanie. And we're just going to do this all the way across until you have 40 half double crochets. Once you've done your 40 half double crochets, it should look something like this. Go ahead and chain 1 and turn your work. And now the stitch that we'll be doing for the entire rest of the beanie is still our half double crochets, but we're only going to be half double crocheting into the back loops of our yarn. So instead of yarning over and inserting our hook into both loops, we're only going to be going into the back loop or the furthest loop from us and just doing your half double crochet that way. So into the back loop and half double crochet. This is what's going to create our ribbing look. Once again, at the end of our row, chain 1, turn your work, and continue with your half double crochets in the back loop only until you get the desired width you want. So the way that this beanie works is it's just going to be a giant rectangle. If this is my head, our chain is going to be the length, and then our half double crochets in the back loop is going to be our width around our head. So go ahead and do as many rows as you need to do to fit around your head comfortably without having to pull too much or without being too loose. So once I finish, I will tell you how many rows that I've done, if that is going to be helpful for you, or you can just keep working until you have the rows that fit for you. Okay, so mine ended up being 38 rows. And then once you've finished the amount of rows you want for your width, you're going to slip stitch your sides together. So choose what side you want your outside to be. I want this to be my outside, so we're going to work from both of our wrong sides together. And we're just going to regularly slip stitch, going in from one side, in through the other, and slip stitch. Do this in every single stitch all the way down. Don't forget that last stitch. And then you are going to chain 1 and cut a tail that you are going to sew through the top of here. It doesn't have to be as long as you'd think, actually. So I'm just gonna cut a tail around this long. Should be fine. Go ahead and get your yarn needle. First, go ahead and pull through that yarn to fasten. I'm just gonna go ahead and tie these two together. And then put your yarn tail through your hook. And we're just going to go in like every other stitch. You don't have to be too precise with this, just go in. And we're gonna go in and then out throughout the whole top of our beanie, just going in random stitches. And then once you get back to the beginning, go ahead and pull this closed. So pull as tight as you can. I'm gonna take that string from earlier, from our beginning chain, and tie it again, just to fasten it all together. And then, if you have any type of hole still there, looks like mine doesn't really have one, but some do. If it has any hole, I would just go back in through some random spots, go in, out through the other side, and just start closing any extraness that is there. And this is also just gonna fasten everything up together. And then just go ahead and find a place to make a knot. Like that. And see how much yarn I have left over. So you really don't need that much for your tail. And then just go ahead and weave in this end. Cut off your excess with your scissors. And you're done. Go ahead and flip your beanie inside out so that it's right sides. As you can see, the hole is completely filled and you can cuff your beanie and you're done. And you're done with the tutorial. I hope that you guys loved it, followed along, and thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you next Tuesday for another video. Like, subscribe, follow me on Instagram at Strong Earth Creations. Bye!